Buying a grain mill is a big investment. So how do you decide with so many wonderful models on the market, all claiming to be, of course, the best? Well, I switched to fresh milled flour over 6 years ago, and I'm going to share with you the 2 mills that I personally purchased and all of the information that I have about some of the top mills on the market so that you can make the best decision for you. Welcome to the Grain to Table mini-series. If you've ever been curious about how you go from whole grain to fresh milled loaf, this is the perfect series for you. I'm going to take you through everything from sourcing and storing grains, how to choose the right flour, the right mill, and even how to bake your own easy loaf of fresh milled flour bread. In today's episode, we are covering grain mills. There are 2 main categories. There are electric mills and there are hand mills, and I do own one of each. So way back when I decided to start getting into this, I spent months researching, and eventually I landed on this, the Wondermill Junior Deluxe. It is a hand mill, and the reason that I originally went with this option was for security in case of power outage. Definitely was a factor, but also the big factor that talked me into this particular model is that it comes with a stainless steel set of burrs as well as a stone set of burrs and a masa auger. So that means that this mill can do not only regular dry grains, but it can also do nut butters. It can grind coffee and oily things that most stone burrs don't do. And it can also handle masa, which is something that I enjoy and make often. So that's why I ultimately went with this option. Now, other options in the hand mill category, I think the most popular and kind of famous workhorse of a hand-powered grain mill is the Country Living Mill. And if you have a dedicated space and you are maybe off grid, you want to do a lot of milling and you want to have it non-electric, the Country Living Mill is a phenomenal option. It is a really sturdy, high output, high capacity hand mill. It will put out a little bit faster than this Wondermill Junior Deluxe, like flour per turn. It's a little bit more efficient. But I didn't need that much mill, and I really wanted the versatility that came with this model. On the other hand, we have electric mills. Now, there are kind of 2 categories. There are electric stone mills and there are electric impact mills. The one that I have here is the mockmill 100, but I am not 100% diehard on the mockmill. I think they are a great model, but I think there are also a lot of other really wonderful options. The Como mill is almost the exact same design. I talked to wonderful customer service rep over at Pleasant Hill Grains, and she was able to tell me the Como and the mock mill were designed by the same people. They had a split in the companies, but it's basically the same mill in different housing. Nutrimill also has a really similar model called the Nutrimill Harvest Stone. I have not personally used that one, but it seems like a very, very comparable model. I think that you can't go wrong with any of these. All of these are very, very comparable. They're all an in-house model just like this with a stone burr system. They've all got some kind of adjustability scale. They're all going to be fairly comparable products. Now, there are impact mills. So impact mills work a little bit differently than the stone mills because they shoot the grains through a high-powered stainless steel burrs and it grinds it on impact. So you're pretty much getting maybe 1 or 2 fineness, coarseness settings, maybe 3. There's not a lot of adjustability in how coarse and how fine you can grind flour with these mills. Whereas with the stone mills here, you have a lot of adjustability. You can go barely cracked grains all the way down to very fine pastry flour. So with the impact mills, a lot of people really like that they are higher output. They can go through a larger quantity of grain a little bit quicker. They do tend to be a little bit louder. And some people think they're less messy because they are typically self-contained, like they go straight into a designated bucket with a lid when they grind, whereas this model, you put the bowl underneath. And I have not noticed an issue with like grain dust being everywhere, but it is a personal preference. Some people like it to be more self-contained. So my mom has the Wondermill Classic model. I have borrowed that for months and months before I decided to get my own. And it was great. It did a good job, but I'm not usually grinding like 12 cups of grain at a time. And to me, I thought it was a little bit more of a hassle because you have this whole designated bucket that you have to clean every time, and the filter and everything, and you can't adjust the coarseness as much as I would have liked. So having experience using that model, I knew that that wasn't necessarily for me, but she's had it for ages and ages and ages, loves it. It is a sturdy, reliable model. And if an impact mill is seeming like the way that you'd like to go, you don't need a lot of coarseness settings. You do go through a higher quantity of grains and you want to get that done quick and easy, no fuss. Then another option that you might consider is the nutrimill Classic. It's a great impact mill. It's very popular, it gets good reviews. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those models if that seems like the route that you'd like to take. Now, kind of as a bonus of its own category, I'm going to give an honorable mention to KitchenAid attachments. Mockmill has a KitchenAid grinder attachment, and there are several other brands of KitchenAid compatible wheat grinders. If you have a KitchenAid that is like one of the nicer, bigger engine models, this might work just fine, but it's not going to be as nice of a product as a designated grain mill. It is a little bit more cost effective, to be certain. So if you are on a tight budget and you already have a really nice KitchenAid, it could be a great solution. But if you're going to be doing large quantities of grain, you really want to get into this, you do a lot of baking, just know that that motor and that grain mill are probably not going to be as up to the task as a designated model. Ultimately, there is no one right answer. There is no the absolute best and perfect grain mill. What it comes down to are what are your priorities, what are you trying to do, and what is your budget? And also what is in stock, because sometimes grain mills are out of stock for months and months and months with no ETA. That's actually why I ended up going with the mockmill over the Como, because at the time that I was shopping, I was leaning slightly towards the Como, but it was out of stock with no ETA. And because the mockmill and the Como are very comparable products, after talking with lots of customer service reps, I went ahead and got the mockmill, and I don't regret it. It's a phenomenal mill. But don't get too hung up on the brand. Make sure that you're looking at practically what is going to serve you now, what are your needs really, and what fits within your budget. This fit into all of my needs at the time, and I don't regret it. I'm so glad that I have both of these mills because this one still gets a ton of use. I use it all the time for grinding coffee, making the masa, all of the wet and oily things. And if there ever is a power outage or an emergency, I'm going to be so glad that I have this. But for the amount of grain that I process, I'm so thankful that I have an electric option that gets it done quick and easy. I'm going to put links to all of the mills that I talked about today in this video's description so that you can go and check them out for yourself. I hope you guys have been enjoying this Grain to Table series. I certainly have. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and let me know what you think in the comments. In the last video of this series, we're going to be taking this beautiful fresh milled flour and turning it into a simple, delicious, and nutritious loaf of bread. I'll see you then.